Hello everybody, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Monkey Business Princess. In this part we finished the Forest Temple, whatever the heck this place is called, I don't really remember.
Forest Temple.
Forest
Temple?
Temple?
Forest Temple.
Alright. They don't ever really explain what the heck this place was, because that's actually something that this game is actually...
Well, the symbols in the doors are the Kokiri shield.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay.
Wait, really? Now I want to see
they-
the door. Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
the
so I
symbol on
guess
the door
this
is
could be
Kokiri.
like an old Kokiri place, I guess. One thing I was going to say is most of the dungeons in this game are actually really well put into the world, and I really appreciate that. Because one thing about a lot of these games that I'm not a big fan of is just like, oh, there's a temple here, go there. You know, like Ocarina of Time, I'm not a big fan of that because there's just like, okay, here are elemental temples, and go to our elemental temples to get our elemental buttons, and then you will beat the game. It's
Well,
I generally prefer it when games like when stuff has a reason to exist in the world besides being a level for you to go through, I guess. At least in this kind of game. You know, in a game okay, Link.
Ocarina of Time's a bit 50-50 on that. Some of them
Yeah.
feel more natural than
Well,
others.
the
I
earlier
feel like the
ones
child
do.
temples all make sense.
Yeah, the
because,
child
like,
temples do. It's the adult temples that don't. Well,
the Fire Temple does.
the fire
Fire
temple
Temple
and
does.
the last one, the
The
spirit.
shadow
Spirit
temple
Temple.
makes sense because it's essentially like
Just the
a
big
morgue.
graveyard.
Yeah, but there's like no reason why the water temple should be there. Like
No,
it's just,
that's fair.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can agree there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like one out of like a bunch of them, so I can kind of forgive them for that.
That and Forest Temple are the ones that kind of feel weird.
Well,
but
the Forest Temple I kind of get to because it's like it's a really mystical area in and of itself, and like having a mystical forest temple in the middle of an enchanted forest, I can kind of get.
Even that, isn't it more of a museum?
Here's a question for you, then. What the heck is underneath Kokiri Village? No, Kakariko Village.
Is there
That's
not,
what's
like,
underneath their
some-
well.
Is there not
It's
like
some
some
sort
sort
of
of
prison.
theory on that or something? Like
Like
there
a
was
real
some
theory, or
No, there
or
was some
like
implication somewhere that it was someone's pet project or something like that, or I don't know. I can't remember, but I looked into it at one point.
there's some freaky crap down there, man.
There
I'm
really
just,
is.
It's just like people drink from the water that has the guy with the weird neck that looks like the glob.
well, no. More importantly, most of Hyrule's water comes from between Zora King's ass and balls.
No,
Yeah.
not anymore. He moved out of the way. He moved
I
out
mean,
of
the
the
river.
way.
He moved to the side of the river, not from the center of the river.
Yeah, but the river isn't going straight through it anymore. Or maybe they just bottle it at the lake. I don't know. Like I have to have hope. Okay, because I'm not drinking the water down there anymore.
You will never unsee it.
I no, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god.
Welcome to the channel, Missy.
Oh.
If it makes you feel better, he doesn't look like he's probably much more anime looking and attractive now, in modern games. Because
See, I will drink to that, but also not Ocarina of Time.
Not from Hyrule.
Yeah, yeah.
So, honey, what did you discuss today? Tainted water.
King Zora in Breath of the Wild is still attractive. He's just okay. Game, really? You're gonna do me like that? All right, whatever.
Also, like to be fair, he's essentially just a fish. I'm sure there's plenty of fish in that river. It's not gonna make that much of a difference.
Yeah, I mean, fish pee in your water all the time, to be fair. Like, your water's not only fish pee, it's probably person pee, just recycled through the water cycle.
Person pee. You gotta go for that alliteration, I see.
Yeah, you know, like in Pokemon, when you use a move, you
Like
run out of person pee.
What about people piss?
You see, that's being vulgar, John. All right, we're
Oh,
more high
I'm
class
sorry.
than that.
Demonetized.
No, we're not.
Demonetized.
No,
Okay,
we're not.
Yeah, no, we actually aren't.
As,
You see, the thing is that he could have grabbed onto that one.
as
but
soon
whatever.
as soon as I say that, you jump into a pit. That's great.
That kind of reminds me of all the times I was playing the old school Tomb Raider games where I just jumped at a ledge and Laura reached out for it but didn't quite make it.
Well, the platforming in Tomb Raider is a more deliberate part of the game, whereas here the platforming is not what they had in... I mean, Breath of the Wild did a lot. When I said at the very beginning of the game, this is my favorite 3D Zelda, by that I mean this is my favorite 3D Zelda that's like all the other 3D Zeldas. I like Breath of the Wild more than this. And part of the reason is that game just frankly controls better and doesn't have stuff that annoys me, like, for example... the auto-jumping, which I've never liked and probably never will like. Especially when they make you do platforming stuff with it.
Well,
There's also a million other reasons, and honestly that's a minor one, but, you know. That game's also just really good. And we'll probably never do a commentary on it, because how the heck do you do a commentary like what you do on Breath of the Wild of all games?
Live streams, essentially. Yeah,
yeah, but I also haven't done Let's Go Eevee in like 3 weeks, so...
Yeah.
At the time of this recording, you still need to upload part 3.
I'll do it.
When it comes to open world games, it really is better to live stream it and just sort of, bullshit your way through the game and see what happens along the way, because that open world, free-form progression that lends itself well to that format of play. It's not quite as good for our kind of premeditated playthroughs.
It definitely, lends itself well better to streams, but I think you probably could make it work for just a...
It wouldn't require a lot of planning.
Yeah,
it
definitely
would take way more editing. And we're
more
lazy.
editing, more planning, and, more skipping around, I think.
Yeah.
But,
you mistake us for a successful Let's Play channel.
Yeah, so
there's a reason that I wanted to do Fallout New Vegas as a live stream rather than as a playthrough on the channel.
Okay, how the hell are you supposed to hurt Skulltulas? Because I have no idea how you're actually supposed to flip them over.
I think before they get ready to lunge, you can
you have to be patient?
Yeah.
Oh, well, screw that.
Yeah.
Or you could poke them.
Yeah, poking works, I guess.
I shall
Can
name
you not,
Steak.
eventually not sword, but shield bash them as well?
You don't have the shield bash yet.
No, that's why I said eventually.
Oh.
You see, I tried that, and it didn't seem to do much. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe you have to shield bash and do a specific type of sword swipe. But I didn't seem to have much luck with that. Because they teach you the shield bash, right before you fight a bunch of Skulltulas. So the idea is that you could use it for that. But, Also, these wooden contraptions are very picky in that they have to be opened at the same time. Alright, whatever. Thank you, monkey. I mean, you had a nice place in here. You had 3 whole pots. They're broken now, though. Sorry about that.
3 whole pots with money in it that he can't use.
Yeah, monkeys don't have an idea of capitalism like
Can you eat rupees?
I mean, they probably do, but just in the form of bugs and fruit and stuff.
Yeah, wild chimps, I believe, have been observed having a base idea.
Like trading things, right?
Yeah, of trading and effective value of things, yeah.
Monkeys are among those animals where a lot of their behavior is stuff that they learn rather than stuff that's ingrained.
Yeah.
So.
They have the closest, they're the closest to human intelligence. I'm not going to say, because other animals have other types of intelligence. They're just not human.
The same kind of intelligence.
Certain animals have more instinct-based behavior, and others teach as they grow and learn.
Yeah, people like to think dogs are
Looking
really
at
smart.
crows.
Yeah. Now, people like to think dogs are really smart, and the answer is no, they're kind of not. They're just really, really good at understanding what we want from them.
Yeah, which is why we keep them around. Really. Yeah,
I mean,
birds
when
are
you
also.
Friend.
What was that about birds?
Birds can also be really smart. They're just assholes.
Were you distracted
They're
by
assholes
the...
because they're smart. You get too smart and they just are self-serving.
Yeah, basically.
I like how the punchline of this whole goddamn dungeon is barrel monkeys. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, one thing that I really like about the dungeons in this game is that they all have a really cool and unique twist to them, that goes throughout the whole dungeon. For this one, it's collecting the monkeys, and in other ones, it's you do more stuff that affects the entire dungeon as opposed to single rooms. in this game, which again makes the dungeons feel like they've got a greater scope in a
Yeah,
video. Like
yeah.
the other example that pops off the top of my head are the Lakebed Temple, where you get the water to flow through the whole thing, and the City in the Sky, where you get the wind to flow through different parts of the dungeon. I find that kind of stuff really cool in a game like this, where it makes you think on a bigger scale than how do I solve this one problem in this room to go to the next room.
Yeah.
Also, that bug is sitting on nothing on that one log in the middle there.
Yeah,
Just wanted
sitting
to-
in the gap.
Hey guys, are you ready for the Echo Fighter nobody asked for?
Yeah, why doesn't it have a Deku Baba skin?
Diababa.
You see, the name Diababa just confuses me, though, because I keep on thinking it has something to do with healing, because I played too much Shin Megami Tensei.
I've always pronounced it Diababa.
Whatever.
I mean, I guess
Also,
that...
Ted, you've forgotten how to do the boss.
Well, no, I'm
Why
trying to
nobody
speed.
drinks
I'm
the
trying to
purple
speed
drink.
run it. Is the thing,
Oh.
because you can do that and move the bomb into its mouth and skip parts.
Oh, cool. I didn't know
Basically,
you
is the thing. I don't know if you're intended to do that, but you can. So, you know, I don't do this boss the real way very much. I don't remember many of the speedrun tricks in this game, because most of them are the kind of like clip out of bounds sort of stuff you don't do in a normal playthrough, as opposed to stuff that just makes a normal playthrough faster, like that one. But
I have to question evolution's logic in creating a form of plant whose defense mechanism is to blow itself to death.
I question a plant that looks like perfect chaos, but you know, whatever. Because that's the only thing I can think of when I see this thing is it's perfect
It
chaos,
does have
but a
like
plant.
it does have a little trembling that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. Also, the monkey helps you because he's a bro, I suppose.
He's not mind controlled anymore. So
Okay, now
therefore
just
he
do
has
me
to prove
now.
himself again.
Now, monkey, do me a favor and toss it in its mouth. You're
No.
just gonna swing back and forth,
Okay.
No,
aren't you?
that's too much. That's too much to ask for.
He's trying his best. Okay.
All right, so I do have a lot of issues with certain bosses in this game, but I do think that Diababa is a nice introductory boss.
I
For,
don't
like,
have
the
a
first
problem
one.
with most of the bosses in
I
this game.
have issues with some of the bosses.
I thought most of them were fine. Like, I mean, I've never thought Zelda's been particularly good about boss fights anyway. Like, it's usually just
Anyone for
used-
tennis?
It's Zelda bosses usually boil down to use item you just got on thing and then you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some are definitely more creative than others, you know? Because a few of them are essentially, like, reskins of certain other things.
Well, that's a complaint that people have about a lot of aspects of Ocarina of Time, where a lot of it does feel like Ocarina of Time. Oh, did I say about Ocarina of
Yeah.
Time? I meant
Yeah.
to say about Twilight
Yeah.
Princess.
You
That's
meant,
a
you meant to say
compla-
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely... I'm definitely in that camp, where it's just like... Ugh.
But then again, it's kind of weird because you're complaining about them giving you what you asked for. You know, because the people, when Wind Waker came out, were like, we want this to be more like Ocarina of Time. Okay, we made it more like Ocarina of Time. No, we
Well,
don't
to
want
an
it to be more.
extent. To an extent, because, yeah, there was that argument with Wind Waker versus...
It was more the tone and the visual style
Yeah,
than the
exactly.
actual
It was more
gameplay.
about the graphics.
Oh,
Like,
not
obviously
necessarily
my
just the
opinion-
graphics, but the narrative. A lot of people, and well, when it comes to the 8-bit games, a lot of it was player imagination more so than the intended tone of the game. But a lot of people did latch on to the high adventure feel that Ocarina of Time had,
Yes.
which Wind Waker had a feeling of adventure in its gameplay and its subject matter, but not so much in the art style attached to it. Like, it's very adventurous to be getting on this boat and sailing out into the open sea to explore uncharted islands and whatever. But a lot of people did also like the serious, cool fantasy adventure feeling Ocarina and Majora's Mask had.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Wind Waker, unfortunately, did not scratch that particular itch.
It scratched an itch, just in a different place.
Wind Waker's other problem is that Nintendo shut off the Space World 2000 demo before they revealed Wind Waker, which got everyone's hopes up.
Yeah, because no matter how many times you'll nail it into someone's head that it's just a proof of concept, people are going to think, oh, this is what the next Zelda game looks like. It's like, nope.
Well,
Nope.
that happened with the Wii U too. Is that they showed
Yeah.
off that brief demo of like Link fighting a Goma or whatever,
Yeah.
and then people were like, "That's gonna be Zelda," and I guess nobody really. It ended up being nothing like that thing as well. But I suppose people also just didn't believe that game was coming because Breath of the Wild took like a good extra 6 years to come out. So
Yeah.
you know. Also, Midna's theme in this game is really pretty, and I love it.
I love Midna's theme.
Yeah, it's Twilight Princess. I will say this: I think it's got the best music out of the Zelda series.
I think it has the highest highs and some of the lower lows.
Well, like I mean, I guess you could say that some of the music's forgettable, but
Yeah.
like honestly,
I don't remember any of Twilight Princess's music.
the overworld theme's the best one in the series.
I like the nighttime theme in the Hyrule Field.
The ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da, it's so good.
It's been too long for me, so I really couldn't say. But I'm thinking I want to replay it now that we're actually playing the game and I'm watching it and really getting into it. So
Okay, good. I got another Twitter wall to look forward to.
well, unfortunately, I don't think I can tweet from my Wii U.
You'll
so.
find a way.
Oh no, you can, because the Wii U's internet browser is actually like the one thing it does better than most of its competition.
I never tried it, so I wouldn't know.